ready? Alright, so the gist of it is this is a DJI Phantom 2. They have right now the Phantom 3s, and DJI has a lot of other quadcopters, but this is pretty much their base model for just like an enthusiast. You can definitely take, if you have a GoPro on there, it's capable of taking professional video.
Some comfort here. You're in the arms.
This part on the bottom it's called a gimbal, and it's a 3-axis, so there's going to be 3 points where it can rotate. So this is made for just completely fluid movement. I have to leave it there, and it's going to basically get all the GPS dialed in. So when I fly it, if the controller runs out of batteries or anything like that, it'll come right back to where the GPS was located. This one, a buddy of mine just got me like a mini drone for my birthday. I mean, they're like $30, but it's really funny. It doesn't take video or anything like that, so I don't know if I would count it. And then the 3 Lily drones that I'll be getting in February once they ship out. For personal videos, I've wanted to get into real estate photography and videography. Drones provide a really awesome opportunity to get some cool footage of, like, especially the homes in the country. If they have a lot of land or it's a big house, to be able to see an aerial view and all that stuff. And I just thought that would be really cool. There's a market for it right now. And you know, I would love to use it for that, and I bought it with the intention of at some point using it to make some money. Right out here, actually, a lot of the time I try not to go where there's people around, just because it makes them feel really uncomfortable. They're fairly easy to use.
For like a first-time user?
For a first-time user, yeah, what they say is, they say you want to go into a field when you first get it and take a couple weeks, just go up in the middle of a field and do like crazy 8 patterns just to get the, because I mean when it's flying at you, you know, left is, it doesn't adjust where, you know, when it's coming back, left is going to be right. So it takes a while to get used to that. And then there's the whole, it'll strafe left and strafe right, and you know, backwards, up and down, and so it can get confusing. But you know, once you get the hang of it, it's not super bad, especially in the easy mode. I've seen people like using drone technology to transport people. I mean, like you can, it depends how many props you want to throw. There's a video of a guy who he uses it as like a hoverboard almost. I don't know how many props he has on there. Like I said, I got that one that now you don't even have to control it. It's just gonna follow the sensor, and I mean, that's where that's at. They're waterproof and all that stuff. So yeah, I definitely feel like people are gonna use it for personal transportation at some point. I hear stuff all the time where people are flying it into buildings, or you know, flying it into people, or I mean, just so many things, and it's like, what are you thinking? I mean, you have something, you're flying something with actual blades on it, and if it hits somebody, you're screwed. And I've had it happen to me where I've lost some battery power if I haven't been paying attention to it, and it'll drop. You know, I had to replace this whole thing a couple months ago because I was flying it at Shaver Lake, and right as I went over the water, it just dropped on these rocks and like bent the thing. We just had a drone that flew into a prison or a jail in Ohio carrying heroin, weed, and tobacco, and dropped it in the yard and like started a fight. But it's like, I mean, yeah, people are getting creative with all this. I'm sure people can throw explosives on it, you know, stuff like that. And if they're not going super far, you can fly it up, drop it somewhere, and do some damage. There's not a ton right now. There's
Have you bothered to look up?
yeah, you can't. So I know you can't go over 400 feet. You can't fly around any like helicopters or anything like that. You can't fly around government buildings, over stadiums, anything like that. I definitely think that would be a smart idea, because, you know, I come out here and I try to practice and figure out how to do it right without dropping it. And but there's people that don't. They just go buy one, start flying it around, maybe in New York, and, you know, smash it into buildings. They hit people. And I mean, for that reason, and I feel like you should be held responsible for that rather than just a slap on the wrist. There needs to be consequences for the people that go out and misuse this stuff.